What up, people? Happy Sunday. Welcome to the Black Wealth Project. Today, we're going to talk about a couple interesting things. Should Dave Chappelle be canceled? And goals. So, if you're interested in Dave Chappelle's new special, his point of view, his stance on the overall Black community and how it all fits in, this is the show for you. And if you're interested in how to form goals, especially goals that lead you to Black wealth, today's show is for you here today as well. So as we get going, gotta say what's up to the dream team. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
What it is, though.
What's up?
It's been a minute since we've been all together.
I know, man. Y'all too important, man. Y'all too important for us. Y'all out here like y'all outside.
Tracy different.
It's a lot going on. Y'all already know we got let outside a little bit, and then
A little bit.
Tracy
out here getting flued out. Every chance she get. Now she's buying her own ticket for the record, so it's not misconstrued.
We don't know what
Tracy's
Tracy's
doing.
doing. We don't know what Tracy's doing.
Yeah, we don't know what Tracy do. We know.
Now, see, I
know
try
she
to
get
clean it up.
I was trying to mind my business, but
Yeah, y'all double down on it.
it's kind of hard to
She
mind
out
your
here hanging in
business.
places with charcuterie boards.
Listen, I am here living my life. That is all I know.
Hey, I'm actually
Yo, listen,
jealous.
I'm 100% in support of Tracy living the best life that she can live.
Absolutely. I'm jealous. She'd have been the usher. She on yachts. She driving exotic vehicles like every other week. I mean, what more can you ask for?
She got shiny suits. Oh, my fault. The shiny suit era. I mean, that's what they was doing in the shiny suit era.
Popping champagne.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Eating
All
all
right, well, I won't
charcuterie
pick on
boards.
Tracy too much. He might try to actually fight us in real life. So,
Yeah.
Courtney, what's going on? You quiet today?
What do you mean I'm quiet? I said what I had to say earlier.
Uh-oh.
Listen at your tone. You all.
Yes, y'all talk about me, Miss Courtney's living, honey. She's just not putting it on social media.
Yeah.
Now, hey, listen, I ain't mad at that either.
That is the difference. But Courtney has had an amazing summer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Courtney outside too. She low with it, but she outside.
Definitely.
Yes, she is.
Definitely.
Yes, she is.
Are you even in Philly now? Are you back in Philly already?
Who told you I left?
Oh,
You did.
Oh,
You did.
You kind of did.
You did. You
Yes,
snitched
I'm
on,
home.
yeah, you snitched on yourself.
and that wasn't for public consumption. Come on, y'all. Come on.
Real quick.
we
Real
knew.
quick. I got you.
No, I'm home. I just got
Okay.
home today.
Oh.
All right. Well, listen. What's up to everybody that's joining, all the community, all the family that's coming in here? Listen, we experienced a bit of an outage last week. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp were all down. So if y'all missed anything, we're back, right? But here's the thing: we gotta start conducting our business behind closed doors and all social media. So I don't think any of the 6 Fs should have control of how we talk to our brothers and sisters. Keep that in mind, please. Keep that in mind. But as we get started, I wanted to start this off with Auntie Maxine.
I used to tell
real quick.
you when she said, go to school, try to learn something. Them white folks up all night trying to figure out how to take something away from you. Have a good time, enjoy life. But while we're making foolishness, people are planning and strategizing and determining our futures. So we've got to understand how to learn.
So I bring this up for a reason, right? I don't know if anybody saw Dave Chappelle's latest special on Netflix, but it's all the rave. A lot of people love it. A lot of people hate it. I mean, I guess that's the objective of any comic. But there's actually Black groups out here that are calling for Dave to be canceled and boycotted. So I just wanted to talk about that real quick. But what I found really interesting is that this organization that is calling for his boycott is mainly white funded. And so we're talking about the organization of the National Black Justice Coalition. And I find it very interesting because in my opinion, these are not the comments or concerns or the opinions of the Black Wealth Project. But to me, there was nothing really offensive in his comedy. in his stand-up if you really listen to what he said. Now, if you were just on the surface, I get it. But this is the organization that called for his boycott. And they're a black organization, and he didn't speak about anything black related as it relates to black trans, black LGBTQ. So I just find this quite interesting. What do the rest of us have to say about this? What do you think?
I felt like I watched the entire special. I felt like he was trying to get this kind of attention in the stories that he told. First of all, he's the greatest storyteller of our time. His ability to tell stories is like second to none. But outside of that, this is the energy he was looking for. I think that he didn't get enough of it. He wants more of this, which is great marketing for the special, by the way. As this story came out, I saw more and more people start talking about the special. So this is great marketing. But I guess the point you're trying to make is about like who runs these organizations with black names in them. We've had that issue from the beginning. It's why Corey, my brother Corey, man, will not mess with any organization that has anybody, any 6F on the board or anything like that. It has to be fully controlled by the people. The name doesn't matter. And I understand why he feels that way. Because there's several organizations like that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to throw any names out there. Y'all know the big organizations that, for colored people and, black this and black that. But I mean, even some of our HBCUs, let's keep it a buck. If you look on their boards, you see 6F everywhere. But so I think that's the point you were trying to make, Kamari, about the institution that is behind this quote unquote boycott. But in terms of the boycott, I think it's the energy he was looking for anyway. He really went there. I know some people said that he was walking the tightrope, but I don't think so. I think this is the energy he was looking for. Because in fact, if you start to try to quote unquote cancel him, you're proving his point. And one thing I want to say, and I've said this repeatedly, nobody gets canceled. The whole idea of cancel culture is a joke. Nobody gets canceled. Nobody is canceled.
I mean, what about Harvey Weinstein?
He's not canceled.
Yeah, canceled where?
Canceled.
I don't think he's coming back anytime soon.
And listen, the way the world works now, you can say and do whatever you want to do. You just fall into the corner and you'll have your people that support what. Listen, if R. Kelly got out of jail tomorrow, he'd be supported.
That's a fact.
That's just what it is. Nobody gets canceled. The idea of cancel culture is funny itself because, I mean, look at your last president. All the stuff he said. Was he canceled?
No, because the folks love him.
But what I'm saying is nobody gets canceled. What happens is you find your tribe and you go build with your tribe and you go over to whatever that is. You may not be
whoever else don't like it. Just don't deal with it. Like, all right.
That's what happens. Nobody really gets canceled.
Hold on, what you saying, Courtney?
So let me say this, Kamari, you said a while ago that all you need is 1,000 true fans, right? So if that's all you need, that's what these people have. If not, not times 10. So really, they have everything they need. The people that don't mess with them, they're gone. The people that do mess with them, they're still here and they're riding for them. So at the end of the day, I agree with Jimmy. Nobody really gets canceled. It's just they're no longer mainstream. But I mean, honestly, the riches are in the niches. So he could sell out multiple places with his people.
Facts.
If he wanted to do it. Now, I don't even really know if he wants to do that anymore.
Gotcha.
Oh, is that a Facebook hat?
Yes.
How do you get one of those?
I'm in the Facebook Leaders Network. Thank you.
Man.
That's blue. That's the blue check legend, Jimmy. You forgot.
I forgot. I forgot. When you get your blue check, you get special hats and stuff. Like,
yeah, you gave it a name.
Excuse me. I apologize. I was just asking because I was like, hold up. I apologize. I forgot who I was talking to.
Blue check legend, at your face.
You gave it a name, Jimmy. I'm surprised you forgot that.
I know, but I just saw the Facebook hat. I was like, hold up.
Tracy, you got anything on this?
I think I really, really feel like Dave Chappelle's made his money. He's created so much wealth for his relationships, his family, his businesses. He's tired. He's like, and I don't know if you guys have seen this amongst like a lot of Black professionals and Black entertainers. Once they reach a certain level of plateau, they just start saying anything. And it's typically because they've got enough resources and money that the last thing that you can censor of them is speech. So all they're going to do is just say crazy things. So you stop talking to them and stop looking to them so they can go back and just live their quiet lives that they've been trying to for the last 40 years.
Yeah, like canceling them is the thing that they actually want.
Right.
You're saying he's hit
alone.
that Dick Gregory zone when you get to the
Yes. I believe that. And I think a lot of Black professionals get to that space because I mean there's so much trial and tribulation in fame and in the industry of just trying to make it, all of the loops and hoops that you have to dodge. I mean, his pilgrimage to Africa should have been a whole conversation for everybody, that for him to come back is like, oh, he's got something to prove. Y'all should have never let him back. Y'all should have just let him go and be at peace. But y'all brought him back, and it's your fault.
Yo, the irony is though, when they get to that zone and they start really speaking their mind, it actually makes them bigger.
Yes.
All right, well, hold on 1 second. I got Corey. Did you have anything on this real quick? I got another clip I wanted to share.
No. You can go ahead. I mean, you know.
All right.
Listen. I supported the Me Too movement.
Now,
but the whole
before we get going to this, I just want to give everybody a warning.
I was about to say, man, disclaimer.
One, it's a spoiler alert. All right, this is a bit of a spoiler alert, right? Number two, if you don't like sensitive language, explicit language, the babies are around, leave the room, turn it off, mute it for about a minute and a half, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Don't know what's going on now. Everybody froze.
the Co-Intel Pro said no.
Yeah, 6 Fs. Zuckerberg said, "No, you won't."
Yeah. He's like, I'm sorry.
Wow.
You're gonna
This is
He can do that on Netflix. He can't do that over here. He can do that in Netflix house. He can't do that over here. This is our house.
The whole time, I thought that the way they handled that was stupid. It was white. It was like,
is this froze for everybody?
Yes. There you go.
they were doing shit like going to the Golden Globes, and all of them would be like, let's all go to the Golden Globes and wear black dresses, give these men a piece of our mind. Bitch, that is not gonna work. You think Martin Luther King's gonna be like, I want everybody to keep riding the bus, but wear matching outfits? You gotta get off the bus and walk. It's real talk. Real talk, that was a silly movement. I want everybody to wear crocheted pussy hats so they know we're serious. What the fuck was y'all doing? And then I said something about it in one of my specials, and all these women actresses came after me. I said, man, fuck y'all too, you canceled. I ain't jerking off to none of your pictures again. They were like, who is he to tell us anything? I'll tell you exactly who I am. I'm the one that got off the bus and left $50 million on the bus and walked.
I mean, so that commentary right there to me shows the FU money that everybody, I believe, agreed upon. But he went on to say some other things. I would have loved to have shared it all, but I'm afraid that Netflix is going to sue us. Got to stay in fair use zone. But he said some other things, right? He said if the Me Too movement was really serious, that everybody would have fired their agents. They would have all hired women agents and made everybody in the movement rich. So I found that really, really interesting. But a lot of times, even within Black movements, we won't have that same energy. So again, I wanted to share that. I thought it was interesting. My take on it was, I think he meant that. I don't think he just did it just for the likes and everything else. And of course, Dave knows that, right? The man's brilliant. He's not dumb. He's not slow. But I believe he really believes everything he said. And I didn't think there was anything unhumane or insensitive about what he said as well. It's just my take.
So I will say this: you can't tell people what they find to be insensitive, right? So while it may not have been insensitive to you, in you living in their bodies and in their whatever space they're living in, you can't tell them what's insensitive to them. So you could say it wasn't insensitive to whatever, to you, but you can't say it wasn't, you don't find what he says insensitive, right? Because each person has their own level, their own experiences, and so sensitive and insensitive is relative.
I agree with that, Corey. But I stand on my statement as well, though. So.
Oh no, I ain't mad at you. I'm just saying, things are relative, though. You know what I mean?
Yes,
you can't
absolutely.
tell people what they find, because if somebody say something, if somebody call you an N-word, you're gonna find that insensitive.
Yeah, but he didn't do that.
I wouldn't know.
I'm just saying, though. He said
but
the B.
No. You're right. You're 1,000% right.
Yeah.
I hate the N-word.
Yeah, but my thing
black
is,
or white.
but my thing is in every piece of music, it's in every, so my whole thing is, when you find it sensitive and insensitive, it's totally,
it's all subjective.
It's all subjective.
Absolutely. All right, let's check in with our folks. We went on way too long. My bad, y'all. I just wanted to talk about that real quick.
I love the hoodie, by the way.
Yeah, that hoodie is on fire.
Don Johnson's in the building.
Don.
LaJoya's in the building.
Hey, LaJoya.
Hey, what's going on?
Look at the young legend on the picture.
Wait a second, is that my boo?
Yes,
no,
it is.
That's my oldest son. They look exactly alike.
Oh, that's not Charlie?
That's CJ.
Wow. Yo, I saw it on LaJoya's profile, and I still thought that it was CJ.
Yeah,
they look exactly alike.
That is crazy. Yo, that's crazy.
That's been crazy.
I guess that's what happens when you have two the same.
Hey, Monica.
Cam B's in the building. How are you?
Yeah, what's goody?
Hey.
It's hilarious. Hey, Angela, how you doing?
Angela?
Hi.
What's up, Omar?
Oh, what's good?
Going on?
What's up, LaToya?
LaToya's here.
Yo, I think we should nominate LaToya for like therapist relationship specialist of the year. All her posts are about relationships. They be fired up.
Love it.
Jose, what's up, brother?
Jose.
All right, Jose says too many sensitive mofos trying to silence our other opinions.
Yep. Facts.
That's part of it.
Definitely.
Don Johnson says black groups are more for their subgroup than for black people. Ooh. That's a bar.
Yeah, that's a tweet. Don, go tweet that so I can retweet it.
Can we unpack that? Because I think what I've seen, and Kamar, you even showed it, that a lot of these black groups actually really aren't black.
Yeah, I think that's the point. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Well, but I think some people say like, oh, if there's a black kind of group, it's more for the other group than it is for being of blacks. I don't know. It could be one of the two. Don clarify, but a lot of
Jimmy
times
just said that too.
Yeah, I was talking about. So I guess it depends upon, like, a lot of times they're black in name, right?
Yeah.
But not black in mindset.
Yeah, I call them bino groups. You black in name only.
Right. So we have those, and then we have those who are who are masquerading as black, but they're actually some kind of corporate conglomerate, basically saying that they support black people, but they necessarily aren't black.
That's like the black breakfast spots in the hood where all black folks work there. But when you go
by Asians,
when you go to pay, they're not allowed to charge you. That's when the Asian dude walk up. He only control the register. He don't do nothing else.
Yes.
And that's a real thing.
Absolutely. Comments jumped to me, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right, Don Johnson. Yep, I got that one. All right, Jose says he told folks from the beginning he was going to offend everyone. He did, but most didn't listen to what he said. He's not against anyone except 6Fs. He said that.
He said that,
and he even said he's not even against them. He's just talking about the bullshit that goes along with it.
Thanks.
LaToya, so I generally don't think Dave Chappelle is funny.
Whoa!
You can't cancel someone who doesn't care and lives for the smoke. I get it, and she's entitled to her opinion.
Oh, absolutely. Comedy is all subjective.
Yeah.
Very much so.
And I'll say this, right? I think I like Chris Rock's comedy better than Chappelle, but I like Chappelle's commentary better, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, one of the only 6Fs who I admire is George Carlin.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't even like him, but I think that he's up, GOAT level.
I think he's hilarious.
George Carlin is definitely a GOAT because he gives it to you straight, no chaser, no matter who you
are. And he got to be excellent for me to put him at GOAT status, and he's a 6F because that's in I don't think there's any other 6F in any other genre of anything in life that I haven't vote status.
Hey, Robbie, how you doing?
Hi.
All right. Omar says Harvey Weinstein probably chilling somewhere.
Probably.
Isn't he in jail?
Can you check out Omar's profile? He's on the steps in Brazil.
Listen, that's his second home. Omar lives in the DR and in Philadelphia, so
That's dope.
Love
Yeah,
it.
those are real. I met the guy who actually did the steps. I think he passed away.
that shit is stuttering on us again.
Yeah.
She stays studying on
Stunt
us.
101.
And then she
No,
says we don't
it's
know if she ever left.
Ah.
All right. Robbie says they said his record sales increased since his conviction.
See, that's Robert Kelly she's talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, those spins went up.
I'm sure.
Cancel culture is fact. You just moved to another room.
And that's exactly it.
Correct. Correct.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right. Court showing out.
What are y'all talking about?
All right. Don says, man, Dave Chappelle come to VA. I'm getting tickets.
Facts.
So we got a diehard fan there. Adrian says R. Kelly's music has been selling like hotcakes.
Yeah, I had to remove.
She didn't say R. Kelly. She said R. Kelly.
Oh damn! I didn't even peep that.
I see it
She
now.
definitely did. She
I
definitely
should
did.
do
Now.
that.
I see it now.
Marcelli's.
I love it.
Okay, Adrian, I see it. I see the bar.
Listen,
Hey,
I had
Rochelle.
to remove all of that. Like I had like a couple years ago, like when I want to say maybe about 5 years ago, and I really liked some of those songs too. And I was like, nope. I had to like remove it. And Apple, like iTunes, will tell you like who the songwriter is on the side. Delete. It was so sad, but
But
I mean,
you know what? So
gotta
that brings me to a question, right? Now that he's been found convicted, I guess, and he's got like 5 other cases.
Mhm.
Justice has been served.
Has it?
Well, you tell me. I mean,
Not yet. Not yet.
I don't. Here's the thing. I don't think justice had. I think justice is a fallacy, because at the end of the day, you can't. People say like, "Oh, you're going to make this person whole," or this person's going to get their just due in jail. No, you took things from people. You have created a space for people that they'll probably never be able to heal from. So.
Okay.
Justice just seems like yeah, you get in trouble, you get your hand slapped, but I mean, it's to me, it's a hand slap. Even if he spends the rest of his life in jail, it's really a hand slap.
Yeah,
Honestly,
they got to live with that. You just got punished. That's all it is.
exactly.
So, but my question was going to be, right, barring Courtney's point, because she has a valid point, but now that justice has been served, is it okay to listen to his music again? What do y'all think? I have a question.
No.
Hold on. So it wasn't okay to listen to it before justice was served, but now that he's been found guilty, I don't understand the question. Like,
Because he was out running rogue before, but now he's been called to justice. He's going to jail.
yeah, but I mean that means that he's been found guilty, right?
Yeah, but do we
So
just
now
write off
that
the
you're
music?
found guilty, doesn't that when people should cut your music off? Like, to me, it makes sense that they shouldn't have cut your music off until you're found guilty. But now that you're found guilty, it's like, okay, you're guilty, cut it off.
So that's when you think it should start. That's when we should cut the music off.
I mean, you talking about me personally or just people in general?
Just in general.
Because I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Never mind. I'm a chill.
Jimmy
can't
still
tell
listens to
somebody
Step in
else
the Name of
what to do.
Love.
I can't tell somebody else what to do. I have my own convictions. I have friends from Chicago, and they were telling me stories a long time ago, and I was like, "Oh, really? Is that what's going on? Okay, well, I can't listen to you anymore." And The World's Greatest was like one of my songs. I was like, "Well, there's that. Go."
Man, TP2 though. Never mind.
Listen, how about this? R. Kelly ain't by himself, right?
He's
That
not.
part.
There
I had that
is a whole slew of people that if you looked at their, like Chris Brown slapped Rihanna in public and all this other kind of stuff, beat on multiple women and did all this other stuff, people still be popping Chris Brown like perks.
Man, Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye was married to Tammy Terrell. She was 15, 16 years old. Like y'all, like
He never married Tammy Terrell.
No, he never married her. But Marvin Gaye definitely dealt with a lot of underage.
A lot of young
it's in his bio. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, like this ain't new, right? So like my thing is everything is like, again, everybody got subjective memory and everybody got subjective morality, right? So like Prince was dealing with a lot of young girls. Like, who gonna stop listening to Prince, right? Because he dealt with a gang of young girls. That was his thing too. You know what I mean? He'll get them, he'll groom them, he'll let them live in his crib, and then he'll make them famous. That was his thing. So we gonna stop listening to Prince because he did that. That's on his resume.
But the thing is, everybody got to do what works for them, right? I mean, you saw the story that come out about Jada Pinkett Smith and what she was doing with the young dudes. So
yeah, they all into So I'm not saying all into, I ain't saying they all into it, but I'm just saying there's a lot more people that's into this than that's what's being talked about. So if we going, are we gonna keep it selective or are we gonna keep it, you know what I mean? Are we gonna keep it real? Because if we're gonna have outrage, let's not let it be selective. Let it be outrage about these young girls getting taken advantage of, these young men getting taken advantage of in the case of Jada Pinkett Smith. You know what I mean? And
was August Alsina really taking advantage of though?
Huh?
How
was he really taking advantage of?
Who?
August Alsina.
I think you can make the
I
argument.
wasn't even talking about him. What about the
Corey was.
I wasn't talking about August Alsina. I was talking about the young boy from Criss Cross.
Yeah, Chris Kelly. Chris Kelly was like 15 and she was in her 20s.
I did see that.
I wasn't even talking about August Alsina.
Wait, what?
Chris Kelly from Criss Cross, the one that passed away. Jada was rocking the cradle allegedly when he was 15 and she was in her 20s.
No.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He was making them jump.
Jump.
The Mac Daddy will make you. Well, never mind.
Wow.
But to the audience, what do y'all think? Should the music be able to stay? Should it go? Forever banned? Forever sent to the shadow realm? Like, I'm really curious.
I personally feel like once it comes to light to me, and it's been brought to my attention, it's me personally. I can decide whether or not I want to participate or support. R. Kelly has been canceled in my house. Okay. And that's just how I feel about that. Yep. I honestly feel like
I'm with that.
When it started to come to light, even when you go back and listen to some of these songs, y'all, I can't hear some of these songs with.
No, I get that. When you understand what he's talking about.
Like, so BBD should get canceled automatically, right?
Yeah.
Backstage.
Underage adolescent. Yo, listen, they put it in a song.
And I was like.
And it wasn't subliminal.
And it wasn't, but I honestly was an adolescent and I was just, and it didn't even occur to me. Now, also, I'm the same person that thought downtown was downtown, like Center City.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So I'm gonna say that I feel like this controversy has literally set a full blaze on the entire late 80s, early 90s industry of music and entertainers, because the problem, I believe, was they were pimping out these young artists in a way that was very, very sex trafficking.
Correct.
Yeah, and to Latoya's point, Busta Rhymes did write that verse for Ronnie DeVoe. I mean, Uncle Keith said that she was young, but she was ready though. It's a long list. What?
Listen,
you may be young, but you're ready.
Ready to learn. I know the bar. Yep.
Hey, listen, man. Tony Thompson had a whole song about a 27-year-old girl who was bringing him over to making him cut school and come to his crib. It's called "Just Can't Handle It" by High Five. The whole song is about a 27-year-old lady who was making him skip school when he was like, a teenager, and come to his crib and
Now, if anybody remembers though, and Juice, Omar Epps was dating the lady from In Vogue. She was a nurse and he was still in high school. I don't think anybody remembers it though.
Yep.
In the movie.
That was a thing.
Yep. All right, well, let's jump back into these comments.
Every one of my homies had it. Never mind. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But that's what I think the conversation needs to start becoming and put into the light. This used to be a rite of passage for young black boys.
Let's not talk about
all girls. Boys. Everybody had a young John and your old head. Like that was the thing.
Let's not talk about all the doughboys.
High school. I've seen the cars pull up the girls high and pick up some of the young ladies.
Every high school.
So here's the thing. I completely know that to be true. And here's the other thing. As a high school student, I had Philadelphia police officers trying to talk to me. And I remember. So again, I mean, I'm just going to say that. And I'm going to leave it at that. And I didn't play those games. I was like, I have a father. You can leave me alone.
Now that was the cheat code. That was the cheat code.
Now we're talking about that. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, y'all.
Listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I'm gonna say something I probably shouldn't say.
Hold on, Jimmy. Hold on. Let's get back to these comments real quick.
All right. I was about to say something foul anyway, so thank you.
All right. Don Johnson says money buys freedom.
Yes, it does.
Omar says Dave Chappelle's F you money. Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
Adrian's covered her ears. Don Johnson said Mark Z said, "Fuck out of here." That Dave shit. His MLK impersonations during the special were hilarious. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Oh man, the comments just jumped on me. All right, here we go. Yes, Corey's dropping bars today. Well, Corey always drops bars though. So
yeah,
that's what he does.
Jamel, how you doing?
Jamel, peace, King. Project Set. My God, Project Set.
All right, Jose says a lot of folks need to learn to take a joke. He's a comedian. He's opened the show by saying we can disrespect black folks all day, but we can't hurt the feelings of anyone in the alphabet group.
He's right.
I mean, the point about not Caitlyn Jenner or Bruce Jenner changing his name or changing his gender and Cassius Clay changing his name was very profound in my opinion.
I don't know, and this might be off topic because I know we're talking about Dave Chappelle. Did anybody see that intro with Kim Kardashian on SNL?
I heard a lot of people thought it was good.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
I thought it was tasteless.
Ooh, I didn't watch it. I'm not a big SNL fan.
Now I gotta go see it.
Yeah, now I want to see it.
Now I gotta go watch the replay.
No, I never all like that. We gotta see it.
It's
we just drove SNL's ratings up like they need our help.
All over your social media. I ain't heard nothing about it all day.
Right. You're right. I'm sorry.
All right, so hold on, y'all. Kahan, what's up, Kahan? Kahan asked an interesting question, and it's not a dumb question, brother. What level of money constitutes FU money? I think that's a great question.
I think that changes depending upon the person, but I think that's an excellent question.
It is.
That's almost like, what kind of money can you retire with? Like, it's like,
yeah. I'm gonna say as a FU money definition, if the cost of your consequences do not ripple in your life in any shape or form or fashion, and you can still continue to do what you do, that's FU money.
Yeah, I gotta do what I do without it affecting me in any kind of way. Like, you can't stop me from getting my money.
Right.
So it doesn't matter. You can cut me off, you can do whatever. I have a skill, I have something I can do that's going to pay me forever, regardless of whether you want me to get paid or not.
If I have enough money where my lifestyle won't change while I'm here, I got FU money.
Yep. Sanction me, fire me, give me any kind of warning, cut off a supply. If those things do not stop my hustle or in any kind of way, or I still have ways to take care of myself and my family.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why I think it varies. You know what I mean? Because some of us have lifestyles that are, you know what I mean? Some of us. Oh! You hear that one? She said them charcuterie boards cost a couple extra dollars. Like, Tracy's numbers way higher than mine because I'm a cheap bastard.
Listen. I have a low threshold of my life to keep it running so that way I can be lavish when I feel the need to.
But did y'all hear the voice drop when she said lavish?
Yes, lavish. I absolutely heard the voice drop.
Okay.
Yeah. That was amazing and funny.
I see you. All right, so listen, that's the question of the night. What level of money constitutes FU money?
Yeah, great question, Colin.
That's a great question.
I want to, and that actually will transition great into our next conversation, because our next conversation is goals. Specifically, what goals do you need to create Black wealth? I know Courtney brought this up a couple of shows ago. We weren't able to do it last week because everybody was flying around, but tonight we're able to talk about it. So what goals do y'all feel are good goals to get to create Black wealth? What do y'all think?
So we're creating individual wealth or group wealth?
Both.
What are we doing?
Both.
Huh?
All right, so
the goals has to vary for individual wealth and for group wealth.
Yeah, and doesn't have to be money too. Like, we can open every cell on Attica, send them to Africa. Like, that could be a goal. As you know, as an example, you know what I'm saying?
Take that camera off me too, Kamar.
You know, y'all be real quick to shout the engineer out all the time.
I'm just,
Can I
I'm
get
just
30
saying.
seconds? Can I
You
get
know,
30 seconds, people?
I'm just,
That's what she said. Yo, all right, so all right, so I guess I'm trying to like really break down the question, right? Because I have so many answers that come to mind when you say what's the goal. So and that's to Corey's point. Like, are you talking about our personal financial goal? Are you talking about our goal for our community? Are you talking about a goal of our family? Like,
Right.
So in my mind, the group makes up the individuals. So it's a composite of individual goals along with the group goals. And so we're just sharing our thoughts.
my goal is for my community. What I think about every day, day in and day out, is literally what your hoodie says. If we all had that to quote, first of all, before I say this, can I give Tracy her flowers too? Right? Because Tracy did a community event this past week that I sat in and watched the whole thing, teaching our people about the importance of real estate as it pertains to their net worth. And I just want to give her her flowers because a lot of us talk the talk, but some people are actually out here doing the community work. So she did a community event, and I watched the whole thing, and I was thoroughly impressed. So I want to give Tracy flowers.
Thank you. I appreciate
Shout out to
that.
Tracy.
Yeah,
That's right.
that
Right.
was Philadelphia Med Week, minority entrepreneur. I forget what the D is for. But
Diversity.
Yes. So it was just a lot of information for entrepreneurs and professionals and people who wanted to learn how to use tools. And my segment was just about real estate and some of the pitfalls that happen when translating it from, personal to investment and for minorities. But it was dope.
And quick correction. It's minority. Hold on, I will pull it up. It's Minority Entrepreneur Development Week. And this has been going on for quite some time.
Yes.
Here in the city of Philadelphia.
Yes. This was
actually it doesn't get the attendance, in my opinion, that it should.
Well, that was actually one of the things in one of the sessions that they were talking about is, what's funny with a lot of these programs, and Philadelphia has a lot of amazing programs.
Yep.
They're still marketing using old tactics. And the guy was talking about it. He was like, we're putting stuff in the paper and on the news, and it's like nobody's there. Like, who reads the paper? We're in 2021. Like, so they gotta like, and he was talking about using understanding they have to kind of move to where we are, where the people are, to get the information out there.
And the problem I have a lot of times when it comes to city stuff is you have nationally recognized marketing people who are from Philly and operate in Philly, and you don't even tap them.
Yeah.
That's
don't even ask them.
It doesn't even tap your radar. And I understand why, and I know why, but hopefully at some point they will get out of their way and actually really start to use it. I will say this: when they jumped into the Philly needs to get vaxxed with the mask conversation, they tapped into some of the social media influencers in the city.
Exactly. I'm like, well, you did it for that, but not to get the word out about all these programs that help, it was anyway. But my point of bringing that up though, Kamari, getting back to your question, was one of the things Tracy said, and she always talks about is, and it was a real estate thing, and Tracy still brought this up, which is amazing, the village mindset, right? So to me, that's the goal, is to kind of like understand that Black love is Black wealth, right? And when you have that village mindset and people start to understand the importance of your shirt, where you don't even have to wear a shirt, we're all moving that way because it's up here. We don't have to be told, but this is just what we do because it's part of what we do. To me, that's the goal. The goal is never, to me, a number. It's not really about money. It's about a mindset. Everything to me is about a mindset. And I know that we struggle with that because I talk to our people day in and day out, and some still don't see the importance of it. Mm-hmm. A lot of them have bought into the whole thing, like, we're all humans, that kind of stuff.
And I had a conversation recently this weekend too, where someone was annoyed with a Black business, and of course they wanted to, shout them out on social media because of their annoyance. And I did have to jump into the conversation to kind of be like, hey guys, here's something of a perspective that I need y'all to understand when it comes to customer service and all that stuff that people worry about. Black businesses have such a low threshold of operation that you could be dealing with a generation one business who's had to learn everything on the fly and figure it out, because there is no rule book, there is no educational space to teach you how to handle unruly customers, or if your systems mess up, what do you do, all of that stuff. And typically in a business span, you don't kind of get it right until Gen 3.
Yeah, it's like we don't give ourselves the benefit of the doubt.
We
Like
get
so,
ready.
in our household, we make it our business to support, like to Kamari's shirt, support Black shit. And one of the things that I've seen Monica actually do is, instead of criticizing, actually like shoot them an email and give them like some feedback. And the crazy part about it is a lot of times they're receptive to that.
Mhm.
Hey, this is spelled wrong on your website, or hey, this happened there. And a lot of times they're receptive to that. But the first thing we want to do is go out and talk about how horrible it is. This is why I don't, that I'm pretty sure you guys have seen that.
But here's my thing, right? We don't hold each other to the same standards that we hold 6Fs to.
Man,
absolutely
that's
not.
The thing. That's the thing that bothers me.
Yep.
Everybody makes mistakes, right?
Yep.
So we want to talk about when we're all human. Yeah, we're all human. We all make mistakes, but you'll give this alabaster colored person more room and more grace instead of the onyx colored, ebony colored, Nubian colored people. I don't get that.
Listen, we'll talk about customer service. I've never been to a Walmart and got good customer service. They all have terrible customer service.
Ever.
At all. Now, I'll say this, though. The people that have the longest track record of ripping our community off is not Black folks.
Correct.
If you want to run the tapes, it is not Black folks.
Correct.
But somehow we brought into this narrative that Black business isn't up to standard.
Right.
And most Black folks who are in business actually, from my involvement, not everybody else's, but from my involvement, actually cares about their business, their customers, their clients. So,
and I want to say too, like when it comes to supporting Black business, or if you're in a organization or entity that wants to build up Black businesses, y'all have to give these people grace. Y'all have to allow them to function and fumble in their space to be able to figure it out, because they don't have the model and the blueprint of some of these other ethnicities that have had generational businesses. So y'all have to be able to be okay with, all right, I'm going to try this new place. If they mess it up, they probably going to mess it up, but just tell them. Same thing for, I'm going to bring this new business on into my organization, or use this new vendor who might have just got a new business, and I want them to help me out with this plan, because I'm rehabbing a house and I might be asking for a new junk hauler guy. And he just started the business last week. He don't really do all of what we need to do, so we can't cancel him because he's new and he's trying. Like, we got the budget to spend the money anyway. Why not sew into the man?
I get you. But let me put a period on that, right? Because Jimmy made a great point. He wants to help to change the culture that Black wealth equals Black love, meaning that Black people are okay with doing business with other Black people. Is that accurate, Jimmy?
Yeah, because I think that money is a byproduct of that, right? So I feel like if we move a certain way culturally, the money will come. One of the things I recognize just from talking to people who have, the people that I know that had the highest net worths, the one thing that I find common in talking to them is they don't chase money, right? And that, to me, that's the most amazing thing, right? Anytime you go into business with the objective to make money, you seem like you never do it. But if you have other objective in terms of serving people or doing something that you love, the money will come. So my point is, when you focus on culture and when you focus on understanding that we need to do what your shirt says, the money's going to come anyway. The money is going to come. So to me, that's why when we talk about goals, there's no number of money. The first thing I think about is that is my, I think that if we all did that, but it doesn't have to be said, like if we move a certain way where we understand that, just like, it's in our conscience, I think that to me is a goal.
Okay. Anybody else have any other goals?
As far as individual goals or
whatever comes to mind?
And my goal individually is to support.
Hey, Corey, speak up a little bit for us.
Oh, my fault. My goal individually is to support the people that support me, right? Instead of trying to pay people back that have done things to me that I don't like, I'm trying to pay people back that have done things for me that have helped me to reach my goals. So I'm trying to get to the point where I can help support all of those people, and not because I can support myself. I've always been able to do that, but to support those people around me who have helped to put me in the positions that I'm in.
So Corey wants to pay it forward. Is that right, Corey?
No, I want to pay it back to the people who helped me get there. I'm paying nothing forward.
But that's also a form of paying it forward. I mean, I get what you're saying now.
That's not paying anything for it. Paying it forward is giving it to someone else, to the next generation and the generations forward. I want to pay it back to the people who helped me get there. And then
But
pay
I
it forward.
was saying that because as you pay it back, that then will allow them to pay it into other folks that in the same way they sold into you. So maybe I jumped a little bit.
Yeah.
He paying it back so they can pay it forward.
Right.
Yeah.
Courtney, what do you got? Anything?
I'm still lost on the topic. Like, I think we talked about goals, and I'm like, okay, what kind of goals? So, I mean, I think I have my own personal goals. I have goals that I've set. I'm actually living in my goals. I mean, and I think there's a post on social media that says consistently, you have to be grateful or that you're like living your prayers you prayed years ago. I put in my head in 2005 that I was going to buy my parents' house from them. I didn't quite buy it. They gave it to me, but that was a goal for me, and I was going to rehab it. That was a goal that was set in 2005, and then 2020 we started the rehab, and 2021 we moved in. So again, those are things that I set up. But then to Corey's point about paying it back, like I want to make sure my parents are good, like forever. And because again, some of the sacrifices and the things that they did throughout the course of my life set me up to be successful. So I want to make sure they never have to worry ever for anything. And then also, I have 3 kids that I work on, like that I work with, that I love, that are my stepkids. I want to make sure that they're good. But in a way of making sure that they are good is that making sure that they have a trust set up for them, and not necessarily that I just give them money. Is that you have a health, maintenance, education, and support. It's called a HIMSS provision. We have a HIMSS provision for them, making sure that their education is taken care of, but also making sure that they actually do some work, like they actually figure out a way to pay for it, and then 6 months before, 4 months before those loan payments even come in, that the trust pays out their loan payments, so they never have to make a loan payment. So those are the things that I set up, is about creating a life that I don't have to vacation from. That's for myself, that's for my family, and that's for my parents. So making sure that everybody's good. Those are the big goals that I have. And then also in terms of community is making sure that we as a community are as educated about finances that we can be. And what I mean by that is that we're not always, exchanging dollars for hours, because we have a very limited time here on earth. And we learned that during the pandemic, is that we just never know when we're called home. So the fact that we spend all of our time working is just not a life that I want for people that look like me. Honestly, I care less about other people, but I don't want that for us, because that's all our ancestors did for no pay.
Mm-hmm.
So those are my thoughts.
Wouldn't be no such thing as jealousies. It'd be felonies.
Absolutely.
Tracy, you got anything on this?
Destiny.
I feel like what Courtney said is a good overview of how I feel just in general about life. Like, I feel like for me, goals, I have a lot of personal goals and a lot of things that I'm kind of setting into stone and putting into fruition. I won't talk about those on air because they're personal goals, and I'm one of those, and I come from a long line of people who, can't talk it if you ain't living. So we won't discuss it until there's some real live action items, out there that can be discussed. But there definitely been seeds planted. I definitely feel like since the 2020 shutdown and the introduction of the pandemic, it definitely really, really helped me to reshape my idea about what life looks like and what it should look like based off of my terms. And I think my goals in that space have now kind of shifted a little from what I originally had set out to do. But I do believe that abundance is every melanated person's birthright.
Ooh,
Mm.
that's a tweet.
Yeah, we all deserve it. We all have access to it from, that old school quote of the oil that runs through our veins. It literally is ours to tap into to create. Everything that we have seen visually, socially, financially has all come out of some kind of way from the thoughts and from the actions and from the behaviors of melanated people. So I would
Okay.
like to see more of empowerment in that space for Black folks to kind of really understand exactly what we have to wield and literally start walking in it.
I don't know if y'all realize this, but Pastor Tracy is just
Man, listen, I'm actually writing that on. I'm writing that on Twitter right now. I'm saving that for tomorrow
just
morning.
in the church.
I got me a tweet. I got me a tweet for tomorrow morning.
Yo, do we need to get you like a
Abundance is
gown
a
or something?
birthright.
Sheesh. Pass the plate. Pass the plate.
Pass the plate. Pass the plate. Amen. Ashe and hallelujah. Pastor Tracy coming through. Well, I'll say this: my goal, or at least one of my goals, right, as it relates to Black wealth, is I want to generate $100 million in Black wealth GDP or Black economic GDP. Now, I used to count this before. Like I would count the referrals, how much money I kind of help create, because I will aggressively try to promote Black business. But I'm wondering, is that number too small? I'm wondering if that number should be $1 billion. And I think, especially through the work that the Black Wealth Project does, that maybe I don't do it all by myself, but as a team, that might help me to get to that goal.
Oh, we can hit that.
Yeah.
Let's get
Yeah,
it.
I don't think it should be limited to just what you personally touch.
No, but that was my goal, right? I thought about this years ago when I was doing the Black business breakfasts,
Okay.
and I wanted to talk about it because again, everybody talked about why don't we promote, support, spend, patronize Black businesses? It's almost like we're our own pariah to a certain degree. Like Willie Lynch has really taken a hold of us. And so at that time, I was like, it would be cool to generate 100 M's for businesses in our community, not just Black Philly, but across the country. I was like, that would be dope to do. But now again, through the work that we're doing and the connections we all make, I think that might be selling ourselves short. And I do agree with you, Tracy. Like it shouldn't just be limited. It shouldn't just be us. But I also believe that it's a great way to have kind of a benchmark or a target to aim towards.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but with that said, I want to know, audience, what are your goals? Do you have any Black wealth goals for yourself, for your family, for your community? What do you think we could do together as a unit? So let's jump back into some of these comments. All right. So Alton's here. What's up, Alton?
What it is though? Hey,
Romaine,
man.
what up? What up? What up? Carlin is hilarious. Absolutely. Okay, Robbie was here. She said she'll be back. Maybe she's back now. All right, Omar says, yeah, I was in Brazil. That is definitely on my bucket list.
You gotta go. You gotta go. You have to go. I can't even express to you. But
Now
I
I
will
hear.
say,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
if you do go, I do suggest that you do go to the favelas. You
I want to go to the favelas, and I also want to go to. I've been reading that many of the Brazilians of African descent live in the north. I want to say Bahia.
Bahia. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's definitely
But
someplace.
they're everywhere. Like, I mean, it's the biggest, concentration of Africans outside of Africa. I mean, they're everywhere. I mean, I thought I saw my cousin walking on the street, but she's woman spoke Portuguese, so she wasn't it. But I mean, it's amazing how much they look like us. I got mistaken for a Brazilian, and I got cussed out in Portuguese because I didn't speak the language. And I was just like, sis, I don't know what to tell you. Don't you hear that I'm American? Like, I don't know. But I say that to say, we really do have to connect with other people in the diaspora. and and I will say I have maybe 2 pictures from the favelas because I did not want to make it a show, because I don't want to show someone's kind of worst times, kind of showing it as my highlight reel from the time that I lived there. But I do think it's important for us to go. I do think it's important for us to understand. And I said this. I think I was on a documentary there. Is that I just sometimes I feel like, wow, I ended up in America. People who look like me ended up in Mexico. They ended up in Brazil. They ended up in so many different places where they just didn't have the upper mobility that we have here. Now, I'm not saying it's peaches and cream. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I just noticed that in America, you have a lot more possibilities. You have some strife, you have some struggles, but there's a lot more upper mobility than you have in other places, with people inside the diaspora. And I think I understood that when I lived in Brazil.
Hold up. Did she just say I was on a documentary there?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And not only did she say she was in a documentary, she said she lived there.
She slid it in.
I was letting y'all say that because I was like, damn, this is stunt.
I just want to make sure I heard her right. Like I was on a documentary there. Like I just make sure
I lived there, and I think we should go visit it. I'm like, oh, damn, okay.
So I agree. I definitely want to go to Brazil.
100%.
Colombia is number 2 on the list.
Can I ask a question, Courtney? Do they have charcuterie boards? I'm just messing with you.
That's the goal. Everybody has a charcuterie board.
Don Johnson says something I think that is very profound. We can't allow the law to control our morality.
Man, listen.
Can't allow the law to control our morality.
Man, listen.
Yep.
And I think King said something like that.
Because the law is not moral. The law is not moral. The law is not moral. There are things that are legal that are not moral.
Correct.
Yes, that's true.
And so if you allow the law to control your morality, you'll be, you know what I mean? You're going to be in a lot of trouble in a lot of places, right? Slavery was legal here. So let's not talk about the law.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The black codes was legal here. Redlining was legal here. Jim Crow was legal in America. Like, you cannot allow the law to control your morality.
These are facts.
Marijuana is still illegal here.
Right. Facts.
Trash.
All right. Latoya says immediately no on his music, nor to helping him recover from his negative $2 million net worth. Okay.
Hey, listen, them lawyers' bills pile up.
Facts. Good luck with your life.
Yeah.
All right. Jamel says, I don't really like Chappelle stand up, but I agree with Malik. His commentary is on point, especially if the male manager at work ain't trying to mimic his jokes on the Chappelle show.
Damn.
Okay. All right. I've never been a fan of Robert, especially living in Chicago and hearing all of his stories. For me, it's a bigger issue in terms of the treatment, violence towards Black women and girls in the BC. Because there's another conversation. I've stopped listening to a lot of artists when finding out about them.
Agreed, Adrian.
I agree.
I get it. Jose says there's no code that all people follow. So trying to get all folks to cancel anyone on a permanent basis is unrealistic.
And we also cancel people unnecessarily. Like Chrisette Michelle was canceled.
That's what I was saying earlier. I was like, she got canceled.
So we cancel the wrong mofos.
Yo, but listen, man.
I don't agree with
I see a lot of Black people that's trying to get her back in the loop, though, right? Because they seen how unfair it was. So she getting a lot of buzz right now, and well deserved. You know what I mean? Because
no disrespect, right? But if Chrisette Michelle had made a 12 play, she would have never got canceled. I think a lot of times it's because
her profile wasn't big enough to do what she
Michael
did.
Jackson.
She would have made college dropouts. She wouldn't have got canceled.
Yeah.
Listen, Michael Jackson, right? Exactly. That's exactly my point. Like Michael Jackson, right? Has been in the news and accused of doing things that are cancelable. But I mean, he made Thriller and Off the Wall and Bad. Like, so the burden to cancel him is a little bit different than Chrisette Michelle.
Yeah, the standard is higher.
And but I think she got canceled because she was a Black woman.
I think she got canceled because she was lower on the totem pole.
That's part of
She's
it.
low on the totem pole, but I also feel like she got canceled because she's a black woman. Like I don't
Oh,
think
that's part of it. That's 100% part of it. Black women get the worst treatment in this country. That's not even a
Listen.
That's not even questionable.
Beyonce could have made the same move and she would not have gotten canceled
at all.
But
I mean, because her profile's higher.
Her profile's higher. I think it's a lot. I think it's complex.
She made lemonade. Like when you make lemonade, then like we're not gonna cancel you. Like it's just that simple.
Listen, Mary J. and you see Jada Pinkett Smith still out here, profile higher.
Well,
like they not. She's still out here. Like if
out.
she make a movie tomorrow, people gonna go see it.
She is, but I actually read that article y'all were talking about, but it was like a real live. His commentary, I was like, that's not convictable. Like what? I'm not.
That don't mean it's not creepy as hell.
Wait, you talking about Chris or Alcina?
Chris.
Okay.
Because I looked
just because it's not convictable don't mean it's not creepy as hell.
No. It definitely was creepy, but it's not really clear exactly what happened because he apparently left the room. So I feel like now it's like 30 plus years later, and I'm like, all right, now, like.
But it wasn't one of those things you trying to get her canceled.
These comments.
What'd you say?
She just want to finish the comments.
All right, so Jamel says, are people banning Africa Bambaataa? I think ban is a special case. I've seen more stuff come out about it though, but he wasn't convicted. I don't know how the rest of the team feels.
Man, listen, Mike, come on, man. Like, is it if it's true, then what are you going to do?
Right.
It's nasty.
It's still dirty work.
All right, what's up, GC? How you doing? I never looked to any celebrity. I've never seen these people, never met them, never will meet them. What they do in their personal lives is on them. They're just celebrities to me.
Entertainers.
I feel you.
They're just entertainers. I mean,
I do feel we have a problem with celebrity worship.
Correct.
And that's what causes these issues. Yes. That's what allows them to get away with a lot of the stuff they get away with.
But we do that across the board.
You can feel like that personally, but the masses actually do worship, and it's getting more of an issue the younger the generations get.
But I'm gonna push back a lot on this.
Whoa.
Let's get busy.
We do this a lot. We do it with young athletes as young as like high school. We allow them to run a complete muck because they're good at football or they're good at basketball. Mm-hmm. So it's not just celebrities.
Yeah, but that's local celebrity. That's still celebrity culture.
Yeah, but I feel like the way we do it is like, it's just.
I've been on both sides of that. I was an athlete my entire child. Like I
tell us more, Corey.
Listen, man.
No, don't tell us more, Corey.
Listen, not on both sides of the shady stuff. I'm talking about as far as celebrity stuff, right? I'm talking about celebrity stuff. Being able to do stuff that other people couldn't do because my profile was higher because I played ball. Like it goes both ways, though, right?
That's part of it. When me and Corey were in high school, the actual disciplinarian of the school was our basketball coach. So we got away with doing kind of all kinds of.
I literally did. I never went to. I went to class like twice a week, maxed out.
But the point is, though, you get away with things based upon like so that's part of like culture. But I understand Kamari's point with celebrity culture. Like celebrity culture is kind of out of control.
Yeah.
And it's weird though because I've been in other countries and it's not like it is here. Like.
Nah,
I've
been to other countries where it's way crazier too.
And that could be the case. That could be the case. But in some countries, like they don't look at their celebrities the way we do. Like they
don't look to them for advice. But
listen, effectively, Kim K provides no value outside of servicing black men. But he's now hit billionaire status. I would think that raises the question of celebrity culture, in my opinion.
But my bigger point was that it starts early. Like I think that was my real concern.
It definitely does.
And I'll say this, Courtney, to your point, I think that's why some of the Facebook, Instagram stuff is very troubling.
What do you mean stuff? Define stuff.
All the leaks of how girls are being defined by body image or introducing depression or even the human trafficking that's taking place on the platforms that's been known about.
So here's the other thing. I think some of that is a function of parents not doing their work. And
It
I'm not
is.
saying I'm not saying
All of it is though. All of it.
Not all.
I
of
mean,
it.
no, not all of
Because
it.
people is
Because
heinous as hell. It ain't all.
No,
of
no,
it.
no, no.
it's
Okay.
not all of it.
Wait a
But
minute. Let me
again,
clarify. Let me clarify real
Mhm.
quick.
Go
I'm
ahead.
talking about celebrity culture. A lot of the parents worship the celebrities, and then it leads to the kids worshiping the celebrities, or giving the kids access and using their iPhones, their Androids, their iPads as babysitters. So then you're giving access. So that's
So
I'm with you.
I agree. So I definitely agree with that. But I also feel like I think it's very important that you, especially for young girls, is that you see so much out in the world, is that you have, as a parent, you have to be very cognizant of that. And then also reinforce, good things about your child. And I feel like a lot of women don't do that. And I think we also have to know that our children watch us more than they listen to us.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I've noticed that I've seen people, and I mean, I don't really care what you do, rock out, but I've seen people go to Miami and get, 360 lipo and do all those things. And they come home to their child and their child doesn't understand, it's just a lot of, and I think, hey, a conversation of this is what I would like to do. This is why I'm doing it. Even that can help because again, you have a lot of people thinking that they're ugly because they don't have the Play-Doh face like somebody else has on Instagram. And it's like, sis, I mean, you look at, what is her name? Kylie Jenner. That ain't her face. That ain't her face.
None of the sisters, none of them sisters, none of them, that's their face.
And so again, I think it's really important to kind of
Or their butts. Or their
Huh?
Hey, they'll tell you if they paid for it, it's theirs.
But it's not
All
naturally
factual.
occurring. That's my point.
Watch that Kim K SNL intro. I promise you, she touches it. I
All
promise.
right, let's get back to these comments, y'all.
Mhm.
GC says, I know people who more outraged at these celebs than the folks in
Yeah.
the actual family
Yeah.
who done abuse kids. Facts. That's a
Agreed.
fact. And that's kind of what I'm speaking to. Not kind of, that is what I'm speaking to. All right, Kamari, where can I get that hoodie?
Sorry.
Uncle Bobby's. I got us from Uncle Bobby's.
Love it.
All right, Jamel says, what about Rick James? He was only 17.
She who?
That's in one of his songs.
It's in a song. He said that.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
was only 17.
Yeah.
But what age was he though? Because he got put on early.
Come on, man. Look. See, that's
I'm
celebrity.
asking.
He's trying to make excuses for the
No,
brother,
because
man.
listen, Rick, no. But Rick James was a prodigy.
Yeah,
He really wasn't
he
prodigy.
did start really.
But
He
Stevie
wasn't-
Wonder
he-
was a prodigy, and we don't hear Stevie Wonder cutting up like that
I have.
That don't mean never mind. Let me show
I
you.
have.
Actually,
in songs.
Not in songs, but in real life. But
No, he gets up in his
allegedly.
like, no.
Allegedly.
That's
Yeah,
my
allegedly.
point is that you're putting it in music. Now I've heard Stevie Wonder stories, and we'll just leave it at that. But my point is that he was writing a lot of his own music, and you didn't hear that stuff in his music.
I mean, the song is actually called 17. And in the chorus, he says she was only 17, but she was sexy. I mean, he's actually saying that, but she was sexy. Like, I mean, never mind. I'm a chill.
Cringy.
Yeah, you sexualizing a child.
All right, so hold on. Jamel says, what about Danny Boy and Mary J. Blige?
Who?
I don't know. I think Danny Boy is a little suspect. I think he's a clout chaser, but
I mean, that was a story, though.
It was.
I don't
It
hear
was. All right, so LaJoy says, once you ban Kelly, you might as well include everything he wrote, produced, or was featured on. This includes more than 2 decades. The list is long,
It
and it's many people who
does.
could be included on that list. Yeah,
I
Osley Brothers is on that list. Ron Osley is on that list.
Man, You Were Not Alone is on that list by Michael Jackson. That song is fire.
Facts.
Yeah, I get rid of. There's a lot of stuff that I actually like because it does show you on Apple iTunes like whose name is on there, and I did delete. I did do that because I just was so turned off. I mean, and this is more so that when I had a relationship with a lot of people in Chicago, and they were telling me stories from long time ago, and I was like, oh my gosh. But go ahead.
I agree with Jose.
So Jose says society also okays older women take advantage of young boys, but it's taboo for older men to do the same to younger men. Women.
So I'm a little pushback here. Men been doing this for centuries, right? So with the women with women doing it right, I'm not saying that it is okay, but men been doing this for centuries.
So have women though.
So have women, but you know what I mean? Like you got whole biblical text written about this kind of stuff.
With women too, though. Like
again, I'm not saying that.
Listen, man. Right is right and wrong is wrong, regardless of who's behind, the action. It is what it is.
We've had systems created with. Never mind. Let me just shut up. All right, you're right.
I'll say this though, to Jimmy's point though, culture will also dictate what's considered right and what's considered wrong. Also,
Yeah, but I think it's we're in a world now that people really do understand that child innocence is still child innocence, and if you rob them of that, that should be a crime.
So I think we also had a cultural thing. My grandmother was 15 when she married my grandfather, who was 19.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that was 65 years ago, 75 years ago.
But a lot of the stuff that we're exciting from some of these entertainers is around some of that same time, or like maybe 5-10 years after that. So a lot of things don't catch up, and people socialize it to be correct. As time went on, we were like, that's probably not right. I mean, remember, I think at one point the drinking ages were different. I mean, there was a whole bunch of things that were different. So, I mean,
so in 2021,
we definitely
learn to unlearn some of the message your great grandparents and all these other people. What are 6 F's? Oh my God!
Hayden, you're gonna have to Google that, my friend.
No. Hayden's a youngin'. Hayden's still in high school. So
all right, Hayden, I'm gonna tell Hayden exactly what
Hayden's
to do.
Still high school. Okay.
Hayden, what you do is you go to Google, put in 6F Urban Dictionary, and you'll see the definition pop right to the top of your search engine.
There you go. So, because I want you Google's your friend for that one. But no, I mean, but even like I said, Philadelphia police officers, high PPD.
Yeah, it was a thing, and there is still a thing. There's incest that still happens in some families and some family structures. There is still that belief of the man should be older than the woman in a relationship in order to be able to properly lead and take care of a woman. There's so many different facets that contribute to the robbing of the innocence of children. And I think as a culture, we're moving into a shift to understand that we need to unlearn that, because whether or not it works or there's a function for it, it still destroys a child.
So I'll say this, kind of going back to what Corey was kind of getting to. There are still certain older men that think they should take younger men to a brothel to break them in. If you get what I'm saying.
Yes, it is.
And to me, that is just as problematic as some of the nonsense with the girls.
It is.
I'll just leave it at that.
It is.
And what I'll say is the same way there's old dudes picking up chicks at school, there's also an old head lady in everybody's neighborhood who got the young boys that come through, and y'all know who I'm talking about. Yep. Every neighborhood got one of them too. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep.
All right. So Latoya says, "Listen, that's probably my biggest fear as a mom. Some old heifer trying to prey on my sons. Bail me out with Bitcoin.
No, I'll bail you out, but you can't have my Bitcoin.
I don't know about that.
I will bail you out."
All right, LaJoy says justice in the eye of the beholder. The damage lasts generations. That's a fact.
And that's my concern about when we're talking about is justice served. Like, no, it's never going to be served. Like these people, these families are never going to be held, or be going to be held. On top of that, a lot of these families kind of co-sign to the nonsense because they were able, to the point of celebrity culture, they were able to touch and feel a celebrity. Ooh, and they were basically kind of, using a child as a sacrificial lamb. I mean, Sparkle talked about that a lot when she was like, "Yay, you finally feel vindicated." And she's like, "Half my family don't fool with me because of this, because she spoke out against it. Not necessarily that, like she was flabbergasted and just dismayed by any of the stuff that was happening. And she went and she spoke out about it. And she basically got her music career canceled. Her family stopped talking to her. And I mean, she's like, yeah, I was right, but."
At what cost?
Absolutely.
All right. Adrian says, I was avoiding grown men like the plague. It's actually traumatizing when you begin to get these stares as a teenager. That's just me. No, that's a fact. Listen, I didn't realize a lot of this until I was a father of a daughter.
Yes.
The cat calling that we do, some of the rationalization and the tracking down that we do with some of that behavior is a problem. Go ahead, Tracy.
No, I was gonna say, and some black girls, just because of our genes, develop sooner. And you could see a child walking in front of you that has grown woman features, but she's still a child.
And they know you're a child. I had that happen, and they knew I have a baby face now, so please. And it was absolutely ridiculous.
Yep.
It really was, and I was just like, I mean, but again, a lot of people even thought it was okay. I had a girl in my high school class, she was dating a 34-year-old, and it was okay because her parents knew about it. Huh?
Ooh.
Listen, I'm
That's a
telling you,
whole other show. That's
having a father as a pregnant woman.
I'll just say this, right?
Shout out to
I
Yazzie.
remember watching the R. Kelly press conference, and the dad was out front talking about his daughters right there. And I'm like, every dad I know would not be standing at a podium talking about my daughters in this house. He's either going through the door, getting locked up, or getting in the house and getting into an altercation.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I don't know about some of these folks.
But
again, that's my issue with celebrity culture.
Yes, it is. Oh man, come on, why you pull that comment down? That's the.
I was getting there. What up, Yazzie ass? I don't think you've ever been on here before, so welcome.
Shout out to Yaz. She's a member of Body University.
The ugliest woman I've ever seen in my life. Matter of fact, hashtag truth.
Yeah. That's
true. Gutted.
Listen, her procedure was not done well.
Gutted her.
Leave that alone.
Oh my god.
If she had any guts, they've been taken out by Yazzie.
All right, agent says it is society or men who's okay with that. I don't know. All right, Jamel says, on the other hand, our high school AD used to knock off multiple female students, and we all still joke about it as adults. Even some of these girls do it. And girls who wish they could have. Some girls say they seen him out lately in the 80s, and he still makes them.
Hey, yo.
Very cringy. Very cringy.
I just want to publicly say yet again, shout out to these strong black dads raising their female daughters to be able to respect themselves, understand what respect looks like from their male counterparts, and also teaching them to value those things that come with longevity and not just for the day or for the night.
Absolutely, that makes a major difference.
Cheat code.
It's an absolute cheat code. When I was a younger gentleman, in my savage days, and I would meet a lady, and she told me she had a father, I would just move on because it was like it wasn't an efficient use of time. Because I felt like that it would take a little bit longer. Never mind, let me chill. But I'm being completely honest.
Listen, Jimmy been on demon time the whole show.
No, I'm trying to be transparent. You're trying to your point though. I'm trying to actually co-sign what Tracy is saying because she's right. It absolutely makes a difference.
What's that bar?
There's a difference between, as a young man, there's a difference between talking to a young lady who has a father at home and one who doesn't. I'm just being completely honest.
And on some real stuff, like a black father for a black woman truly helps you at a minimum to understand the difference between love and attention. And
what I recognize as a young man, like, all right, well, you know what? I'm just gonna go move over here because it's a little easier. Like, I'm just being completely transparent. And not saying it's right, Kamara. I'm not trying to say it's right.
I get it.
That's what happens.
You love them crazily, and they love you back. That's why they stay with me.
You got a dad in your life. Nobody cares about that. They be like, "Oh yeah, he moved on because you wasn't a prey."
Yeah, I'm saying, but then you get older, and you get wise, and you're like, you know what? I want somebody who has, you know what I mean, like some
boundaries, morals.
Yeah.
All right, Jose said society. White women will sit quiet on the sidelines and participate with the BS. White women are also partake in adults to child sexual relationships. Now, how many white women in the last decade were caught and jailed for sleeping with their students? There's a lot. It's funny. I never forget when they unearthed that Trump lied about paying the prostitute. And they interviewed a bunch of white women from Texas, and they were like, "We don't care. We don't care that he's married. Right. He's the president.
Right.
He's like Jesus. He's cool with me.
There was a meme that came out that said, white women have been the foot soldiers for patriarchy for generations.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Absolutely.
Frontline soldiers.
Yep. But going back to Dave Chappelle.
But that's my fault. I'm sorry, not the Dave Chappelle.
Going back to Dave Chappelle, right? He actually talked about the white feminist movement and how they treated black women and how it was done so brutally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Go
so
ahead.
my thing is proximity to power, right?
Yep.
They uphold that standard so that the white men can brutalize everybody else because they feel like they're next in line to that power.
Right.
And so that's exactly what that is.
All right. Adrian says, "Come on, Tracy, I'm gonna be like you when I grow up." Pastor and came in the building.
Thanks, Adrian.
Tracy, I need you to come to the show with your robe on next time. All right.
The passer robe, not the house robe.
No. The bishop pastor robe.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Reverend robe.
Tracy
All right.
Greenleaf.
Tracy Greenleaf.
Don Johnson says, once your passive income surpasses your expenses. So Don is talking about FU money.
Mhm.
All right, Don, I
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
All right, Adrian says, I'm working on having an early and comfortable retirement. That's one of my goals.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's awesome.
I ain't mad at that. All right, you can get it from Uncle Bobby's album
Uncle
in
Bobby.
Philly. Just Google Uncle Bobby's.
Yep.
I believe you can order it offline.
Why don't we just put the link up?
If somebody finds it, that would be great.
Mm.
Latoya, my community goal is for my purpose to advance and bring ease to everyone I know and love. Okay.
That's awesome, Latoya.
All right. Alton says, I think life insurance has to be pushed for our community. Like I literally had to give to a GoFundMe recently.
Yeah.
We had that
Now,
conversation.
You know what?
Yeah.
I was going to say this for another show, but since you bring that up, I think we should make GoFundMes or crowdfunding to lost family members or to people who've lost family members a standard.
Yeah. Instead of trying to get away from it,
Yep.
to like pull.
All right. How about this? Can we create a black GoFundMe though? Why we got to do it on GoFundMe?
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah,
I would
not specifically that platform, but a crowdfunding, situation.
And Kamari, check the private chat. I just put the.
saw it.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, Corey.
Can be put in there. No, I'm just saying, yeah.
No, I got the link right directly to the hoodie.
The hoodie.
Go ahead, Corey. Finish it up.
No, I was just saying we need to put something together for those people who want to put their family members away. We might not be able to take care of all of their familiar needs out of the fund, but at least get the people in the ground.
It's called burial insurance.
It is, but we also know that the minimum wage has been $7.50 since the 70s, and I mean, well, not since like 2000, and the cost of living is going up like 40 times that. So not to say that everybody shouldn't be able to do that, but everybody
The
can't
reason
afford
why I
that.
said it right is because one, everybody can't get life insurance.
That
It's a
part.
great idea, right?
For the health situation.
Shout out to Robbie, right? She's been helping me try to get my life insurance together. But everybody can't do it. But when we go back, right, back, like to the A.G. Gaston times, and if y'all don't know who that is, you should look him up. Black folks couldn't get life insurance, and everybody kind of passed the hat. And I think it was also a great way for us to come together as a community. And so it doesn't have to be anything great, large. It could be $50, $20, $25. But that from 100 people goes a long way.
Hey, it's the
Isn't
same.
that not taxable? I thought jump funds were not taxable.
Who?
What's that?
They're
thought-
not taxable depending upon
I mean,
what they're for.
Basically, we already do that. It's called fish fries. At least I get some fried fish. At least I get some fried fish out of it.
You're supposed to actually report that fish fry money though.
I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying that if we're gonna do that, we already do what Kamari is saying. But at least this way, I get some great fish out of it.
It may not be great. I think you're really. I think
No, some fish fries be having
Yeah,
that
some
fire.
Jones be fired
some
though.
fish fries. I've been to some fish fries where they like the oil. They let the fish sit in the oil too much.
I'm not
Well,
doing
I
Maybe
don't
they're
know what
still
fish
they're
fry
still
is.
grieving. They're still grieving.
I am like a fish fry beef and beer king in Philly. Ain't no oil being sat around there.
I'm not doing this with y'all.
Why not, Tracy?
Yeah.
All right, so Alton again thinks we should get. And I agree. Listen, Alton,
Yeah,
Life Insurance Awareness Month was last month. It was September. I talked about it all month. I'll probably talk about it in October, November, December, January, February, March. You get it. I'm going to keep talking about it, but people have to take the steps. People have to take the steps. So he's a clone. I think he's talking about Jenner.
Mm.
All right, Thad. What up, Thad? It's a counterproductive narrative that seems to
I forgot what it was about.
That was about people not supporting black business and talking about their customer service.
Oh, I agree.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Chad said he should have stayed in Africa.
He talking about Chappelle.
They been got him.
Mm-hmm.
Define that. Define that, Chaz.
He's saying it's a clone. It's not the real Dave Chappelle.
Oh. So did they go up to the alien ship? Did they do it there?
Hey, man, he came back talk about black Jews.
I mean, they got Gucci, man. So
right. All right. So Jose says my community goal is to pass on the knowledge I've got to the last 3 to 4 years about investing. My personal goals is to continue stepping into my fears, along with getting my piece of real estate.
My first piece of real estate.
I know that made Tracy happy. All right, Jamel says I have a goal of sharing my knowledge of credit, marketing, crypto, stocks, and side hustles with 9 to 36 year youth a year, 9 to 36 youth a year, and give them $500 to $2,500 of seed capital to start them on their journey. Trying to share with old heads in my peer group is too frustrating.
I've heard that a lot.
What does Daddy-in-law or Baba-in-law say? Take care of the babies. Feed the babies.
Yeah.
Snaps to that, LaJoy says.
You talking about Tracy?
Every time I see it pop up.
Khan says my goals are to do more family business and invest, and not just have a sense of family togetherness at cookouts and family gatherings.
Nice.
So,
I get it. Yeah, that's dope. Still gotta have the cookouts though, but I get it.
Yeah.
Can we have
we
cookouts? The only time I see my family is at funerals.
Yeah.
Well, we could create like finance cookouts. So we have cookouts just to talk finance.
And charcuterie boards.
All right, Angela says I felt the anointing on that.
Tracy.
Yeah, see,
anointed
Tracy.
Tracy.
Talking about Tracy's room.
Tracy Greenleaf got busy.
Yeah.
Greenleaf. There you go.
His wife is from.
Oh, Callie's from Bahia. Okay, I didn't know that.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know
that.
All right, Monica Williams says I am not watching not Jada movies on GP. She's a terrible actress.
So I'm
listen,
still
I like
a
Jada
fan
Williams in
of
the
the
Matrix.
Monica.
I liked her in the Matrix. I'm sorry.
So I'm a Monica Williams fan. So
That's hilarious.
All right, LaZoya says a lot of women can instill these things in their children because they don't find value.
Man.
So to be fair, the dads can do the same too.
Yeah.
But you know somebody's gonna be like, why are we always picking on the moms?
No. That was specifically about the comments that I was making about women and the body stuff. That's what I was talking about.
Gotcha.
And so the commentary was, ultimately that's, they can't do it because they can't instill it if they don't have it. And I think that is being a Black woman is hard. I'm going to leave it at that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So GC says, I think we perceive women as mentally and physically weaker. Yes, the society, 6F society as whole does. And many times Black folks who are Willie lynched out adopt that theory and thought, mindset rather. So we excuse those grown chicks, do these little boys that But when it's a man, we think he's the devil. Yeah, but again, wrong is wrong. So
Yeah, but he's just giving his perspective on why.
Right, I got it. I got it. All right, Alan says 11 people watching on YouTube. Run the likes up, family. Thank you.
Yeah, smash that like.
Love it.
Alton said, I haven't seen the Chappelle special yet. Why do I keep seeing people talking about canceling it?
Cut it on. You'll see why.
He talked about it.
He talked about everybody minority group.
Yes.
That you could possibly think of, and he was slaying everybody.
Yes.
And so, for the record, right now we got 22 people on, so that means 50% of the audience is on YouTube tonight. I think that's the first time that's ever happened. So
I think so too. Shout out to YouTube.
Yep. All right, and so Alton says, and I haven't. All right, I got that.
That.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, Alton. Oh, well, what you say? But Caitlyn Jenner looks like
Mariska Hargitay, man.
Oh, he does look like Mariska.
I don't even know what that
That's
is.
a good call, Nicole.
Yo, but hold on though, that's slanderous to Mariska. She not that bad, yo.
No,
and by the way, shout out to Nicole.
has some very hard features on the face.
Shout out to Nicole. Thanks for being here.
Oh man.
All right, Jose says, Jimmy, I moved that same way when I was younger. It's a cheat code.
I was just being honest, man.
Y'all sharing all y'all demon time codes.
I'm just being honest, man.
Keep your daddies around.
All right, man. Please, the ones with the fathers be really out here. In my experience,
that might be new. See, GC's a young boy.
That's not new.
GC a young boy.
A lot of times, daddies don't be around.
Yeah. No, we're saying daddies who are around.
I'm talking about active fathers.
And he's talking about active fathers. He's like, even chicks with active fathers, they don't even really be strict on the daughters.
Yeah, that's because they're not really active fathers then. Because the active fathers, the chicks I know with active fathers, like they ask certain questions that chicks without fathers just didn't ask you.
Yeah.
Man.
Like, what are your goals? What do you mean, what are my goals?
Yeah.
All right, so Jamel says, I only brought that up because of the flip-flopping and double standards when it's celebrities versus real life. Now that's a fact. Damn near all the females say hang R. Kelly, but it's shits and giggles with Mr. Athletic.
I got you. So
yeah.
Them same chicks was
Yeah, I get it. Damn. The comments just jumped on me, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right, there we go. All right. White women will never fully condone the evil they birth.
Yeah.
Get that Pusha T off, Corey. Get that off.
Yeah, that was
Thank you, Ken. Yep, UncleBobby's.com. All right, Yazzie Blue says life insurance in your 20s is pennies. Really, literally, you can get a $300,000 whole life policy for about $50 a month, or cheaper than that.
No,
it's
not whole life. Term, yes, whole life.
Yeah, but term is better than nothing.
Let me finish this, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's all about being educated and having common sense on certain things. I don't want to hear that black people can't afford life insurance when everyone black has
cell phone insurance is like $3 a month.
I mean, if we that young, you can get term.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
That wasn't what I was saying. Yes, I'm saying that even for kids, youth, teens, 20-year-olds, some of them can't get it. Is the likelihood of them getting it when they're that young higher? Absolutely. Do I endorse what you're saying? Absolutely.
No,
but,
those numbers are not right.
And the event that you can't get it, then what do you do?
I got a better idea, Kamari. I got a better idea. You talked about like doing GoFundMe's or what have you. What if we put together a fund where when kids are born, we get them policies right then?
I agree with that. We could be like our own family office or our own
just buy the entire policy right there. That's a better use of capital because the policies on newborn.
Better use of capital, honestly. Both.
So I think you can do all of them, but I think I want to clarify that whole life is expensive, and you're not going to get a $300,000 whole life policy for $50 a month.
We talking about term, though. We talking
no, but that
she said whole life.
It said it in the, and I want to clarify. Whole life, no, not whole life. Term, absolutely, you can get it super cheap for first 1-year-old, but not a whole life policy.
All right. Alan says I was full because
it is a coffee shop.
Yeah,
he was saying that's why he was full when he got to the site.
Oh,
You
yeah.
didn't
Yes.
know it was a coffee
Yep.
shop.
It's bigger than just a coffee shop.
Yes,
It is.
It's
It's
bigger
actually
than
a
pretty good, though.
bookstore. It's actually a bookstore.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Borders, like how Borders used to be, but it's smaller, but it focuses on black, black authors and
And black
Black
authors
shit.
and artists. Yeah.
artists. I mean, but their chai tea is probably the best chai tea I would say in northwest section of the city. That's what I
Really?
would say. Yes, I'm a chai tea aficionado. I know these things.
No, I'm just saying I've had that chai tea, but they use a regular chai tea bag that I can use in the crib. But that's either here nor there.
It can't be said that most are unwilling to admit that they are problematic. I saw something online a while back that said it's easier for them to admit to not showering than to admit being racist.
Oh man, that's facts.
Basically.
Yeah.
All right, Jamel says that's a cool ass idea. Investment barbecues and cookouts. Well, it's coming. Can't come unless you potluck, BYOB, and have a minimum of a Cash App, Robinhood, Webull, Coinbase, and one to get elevation in the conversation.
We can cater it. We don't need to do potluck.
No, we talking about. Well, yeah. I don't really like potluck either.
Listen,
I don't like
I don't
potluck
know
either.
how y'all do cookouts, but usually everybody's supposed to bring something.
Yo,
No,
a
no,
catered
no.
cookout. Like y'all are
It-
some
it-
uppity Negroes.
And
Here's a cookout.
So listen, during COVID season, see before I was all good, but like during COVID season, I don't know about no potluck. I ain't eating no potluck.
No.
I'm just gonna keep it.
But I've never been to a black catered cookout. That is some uppity ish right there.
All the
A catered
And
cookout.
then Courtney wonders why they don't have cookouts.
That's not even a cookout though. You can't even call that a cookout.
why
That's
is
a
it
dinner.
not?
It's a dinner.
because no one's cooking out. Y'all catering a cookout. You can't cater a cookout.
We have somebody on the grill.
That's okay, but that's not really catered. Then I
Where's
guess
Yes,
Uncle
it is.
Sonny
It's
at
the
when you
caterer.
need
The
him?
caterer's on the grill.
Your
Who
caterer
Where's
is
Uncle Sonny at when
That's
you
not
need
a caterer. That's
so you
your
hired
uncle.
you hired a private chef to come cook on the
That's your
grill.
uncle. That's not no damn caterer.
My uncle
No,
is not
no.
working on the grill.
Courtney and them got a caterer. They really got a caterer.
No, we paid them.
Yeah,
paid
we
them
paid
to be
them.
on
Whoa.
Wait a minute. So hold on.
Whoa,
So wait a minute. Hold on, Corey. Hold on. I got a question for the men on this panel. How do y'all feel about another man outside of your family operating your grill?
That's never happening.
I mean, it depends. Like for me, it's a little different though. First of all, most of the time it'll be family or someone I know, right? So that's cool.
I gave
You said outside of
Don't make
family.
it difficult, Jimmy.
Now, here's the problem with that. I'm not trying to be difficult. If it's outside of family, if they are nice with it, because some folks are just listen.
But to know that they're nice with it, they got to be family or close to family, Jimmy.
No, you just have to have their
You're not
food.
letting a random stranger get on your grill.
I mean, I'm not eating the food of a
They
random
bring their
stranger,
own
whether they're a
grill.
grill or a house, any period. Like I don't eat food from random strangers though. Like
I'll say this: in my group of friends and in my family, we take grilling very seriously.
That's nice.
That's
So-
nice, but first of all, they bring their own grill. Like you're not. They bring their own grill. They bring their own stuff, and they take their own stuff with them when they leave.
Corey don't even know what to say to this.
so you have a hired out cookout? Like what is that? What?
Yo,
What
All
kind
right,
of-
not
I'm
to
about to
say
break the
it's
glasses
on
off my
YouTube. So
face.
listen.
Did she just say they come with
Hold
their
on,
own
Corey.
grill?
Hold on. If y'all are watching on YouTube
happened.
or not watching on YouTube, going over to YouTube, hit the like button, as Jimmy said, smash the like button,
Yo,
subscribe
man.
to the channel, and share it out with somebody. Go ahead, Corey.
I'm gonna say this with all the due respect I can say it with. That's
Speak up, Corey. Speak up.
bullshit. That's bullshit. You're not coming to my house with no grill. You're not touching the grill that I have at my house, and you're not like the fuck out of here. Like that's crazy.
Now,
Congratulations
listen, if it's a
to
block
y'all.
Party, if it's a block party, that's understandable.
It's not a block.
Everybody got a grill in the block party. You bring your grill out to the front. Everybody grill out, and you know the people that's doing it because if y'all neighbors and you actually know each other, that's fine, right? But I'm talking about when you have it in your backyard and you're inviting people
Yeah.
you know. I'm not.
I'm
a
a
stranger
say this.
bring no
I'ma say
damn
this.
grill to my house.
I'm gonna say this as a single woman
Okay,
that has
you-
happened. Now, if it's a family cookout or an event where I'm at a family's house or somebody else's house where there is a man of the house, I
Okay.
agree with you.
All right.
All right,
See, I'm
so
not a
hold on.
single woman, so I don't know.
So no, but my
All right, but wait, pause.
that's
Let's
the thing.
pause.
My dad will cook out.
Time out. Don Johnson just said he's coming to Philly in a few weeks.
Oh yeah, we
So-
gotta pull up on Don. We gotta pull up
Come on,
on
So-
Don.
Wow, will you be in town on the 22nd, Don?
Right.
Yeah.
Tracy's catching picking up on my vibe. So Don, let's talk. Let's connect.
Yeah.
We might have to do something. By the way, Robbie actually, I talked to her the other day. She's like, when are y'all having an event? When are y'all having a meeting?
We do need an event.
She wants
Soon.
us to do something outside. So just throwing it
I'm
out.
I'm with that.
So we
I don't want to
might
do
have
anything in an
we might
enclosed
have to make
space.
something happen, yo. Don Johnson is coming to the area.
That's exciting.
All right. So Don says y'all rich. So
Yeah,
But it's not even.
Cater cookouts. That's like a bar that someone drops in a rapper. You're like, what?
yeah.
Hold on, time out. Like
That's
I don't
like
understand.
Eminem saying he from 8 Mile.
What is going on? What is the problem? My father does use a grill, but for me and no, we've had cater cookouts. They are amazing because you're really focusing on being a host.
Man,
okay.
if
Now,
another
listen.
dude drag a grill through my house, slap the shit out of me.
Why would he be dragging it through your house?
Whatever.
Why would he get to your
If another dude
backyard?
bring a grill to my crib, what the hell is that?
But I guess for me, it's like cookouts are damn near a culture to me. It's like that just ain't part of it, right? So it's like when you have a cookout, it's like the love that goes into cooking and being on a grill is part of the whole experience.
Yeah, like
It's like having hired help do that is just, I don't know.
So listen, he's down with the cater cookouts. Cater cookouts are dope. Went to a friend's gathering in BK, which is Brooklyn, for y'all that don't know. And it was fully catered. Had a grown man DJ in service. Hella bougie, but it was a fine time. Hey,
I bet you it was hella bougie, and I bet you it was a fine time.
I bet you they had charcuterie boards too.
Yeah, man, like, yo, I feel offended by that because my family has had so many cookouts and my friends have so many cookouts. They don't allow strangers on their grill. Never.
But that's why they
No, but she said they bring their own grill to the spot to cook. But I'm not, my thing is, it's not even about the grill. It's just to me like someone in the family or a person that's a part of what's going on. It's like an experience. It's like, I don't know. I'm telling you, cookouts are our culture. But I digress.
All right, Don Johnson says, I've been chasing financial independence, but fuck all that. I need
cater cookout.
That is hilarious.
That's right, charcuterie boards.
I can't. I can't.
Wait a minute, I thought we officially named them drawing boards.
I like charcuterie boards
Better.
better.
Listen. But listen, y'all, we appreciate all of y'all being here. We are here every week. All right, make sure y'all follow the Black Wealth Project. We are here every week, every Sunday, 7 p.m. to talk about pressing financial wealth, political issues that affect Black wealth in the Black community.
And cookout.
So make sure y'all pull up on us next week. We'll see y'all next week. Appreciate y'all. Later.
No catered cookouts.
Yeah, definitely cater cookouts.
No to